All right, we're previewing the 2025 Wayne State University baseball campaign, joined by 17th year head coach Ryan Kelley. Coach, before we get into 2025, let's go back to 24 a little bit. 29 and 21 overall, 18 and 12 in the league. You just lost quite a bit of talent before that season. Maybe what were some positives and some lessons you took from 2024?
Well, there's a lot of positives. We had some significant things occur in a historical season, so to speak. Carter Fitzpatrick accumulated the most wins in Wayne State pitching history, and he coupled that with a perfect game, the first time it's ever been accomplished in our prior 84 years of baseball here at Wayne State University. Griffin Kylander was a draft pick, and so that was an exciting time for him and our program and our university. Definitely some positives with some hitters, and like Drew Hill got a freshman conference player of the year nomination and award, and some other individual accolades. We also learned on how to overcome some adversity. Some of our freshmen and underclassmen had an opportunity to play right away based on some injuries that occurred in the middle of our lineup. And so, but there's a lot of things we can take away. But looking back at it, some good times with some great experiences on the field, some good leadership. Kyle Ray Sr., Caden Stiley Sr., Tobel, Maury, Ferris, and Kyle Ray catching the perfect game. That was just a real unique piece to the Carter Fitzpatrick experience.
So now we turn the page, right? So 2025, last season you brought back a lot of pitching. It feels like it's kind of the opposite this year. You bring back a lot of experienced hitters at the plate, some of which Bennett Hitzelberger, Mason McGuire, Drew Hill, who you just touched on, Tony Hatzigiorgio, Owen Tuccinardi, who was just a freshman last year, and then Jacoby Dale. I know there's a lot more. We'll touch on them all, but your offense, what do you see from that side of the ball going into this season?
So this academic year thus far through fall and winter workouts and getting ready for our spring, definitely depth on the offensive side of the ball. And we have some transfers, some returners, some incomers that are going to be a part of that equation. And that's right now a piece that we're going to lean on and help carry us as we transition forward. And we're excited about the opportunity with the hitters in the box.
And then pitching. So you touched on Griffin, who just got drafted by the Red Sox, trying to work his way up to the bigs. Carter Fitzpatrick, program's all-time leader in wins. He moves on as well. And then you lose Seth Morano, who's kind of on the coaching staff now a little bit, trying to help with the program. And then Potts, he moves on after 2 seasons as a Warrior as well. So pitching, some question marks there, right? Like who can step up, who can fill in some innings. I think Evan Langlois is probably, on paper, your most experienced returner. He threw 30 innings in 2024. But pitching-wise, what are you looking for out of your staff and from those arms?
Another name I need to throw out there is David Thurman. We talked about Potts, and Thurman accumulated a lot of appearances out of the bullpen. A great senior for us last year and helping us move forward again in different capacities. But yes, we did lose student athletes on the pitching mound to draft, graduation, and so forth, which is the normal part of the process. And now we're excited about the opportunity for the next wave of baseball pitching in our program. You mentioned Evan Langlois. Yes, he had some big games, some big experiences as a freshman last year. Time for him to evolve into a sophomore and help carry some load and innings pitched for us. Good talent in the right shoulder and good presence on the mound. Look forward to the future with him. Maceo Miller is another returner. Gavin Nash. We have some transfers, some incomers, and some guys that need to become upperclassmen as well through their experiences with us. And so we're excited about the opportunity. We will have shoes to fill. There's no question about that. Every team does, and we're excited about the next guy to have the baseball in his hand and pitch for us.
Before we talk about the schedule, you've been the head coach at Wayne State for 16 years. Take a step back here for a second. I know a lot's changed, and players come and go, and coaches come and go, but just briefly talk about your time. And you've had a ton of success. If you coach that long, you're doing something right. But just talk about your time so far and maybe kind of sum it up a little bit. I know it's tough to do it briefly, but what do you think about your time so far as a Warrior?
I think about the people And so a lot of things have changed: facilities, school buildings, degree programs. A lot of things have been consistent with the university and the baseball program, but the people are always, I think, a trademark of this institution, this baseball program, and our athletic department. And it's just great to have 84 years of Wayne State baseball behind us, moving into the future. All the letter winners and the people that have suited up in our uniform, that's the thing I think about the most. And 84 years is a lot longer than 17 years, but I'm excited to be a part of it and have a piece to that historical feature. And just the faces and the teammates, the coaches, the staff that we've been a part of, that's the biggest thing that I take from my time here.
Last one for you, schedule-wise. We're recording this on February 4th, so 3 days from now, the season kicks off against Newberry out of South Carolina. But 50 games total, that's the max you can get. Maybe kind of how it came together, or maybe what you were looking for. Of those 50, you play 33 in region, 24 in GLIAC, and then 13 at home. That's right now. That could change weather-wise, but schedule-wise, how did it come together, and maybe what were you looking for this year as opposed to others?
Well, we've had some changes in our conference play this year. We've added a team in Roosevelt, and so that has developed a bye weekend for every team in our conference on the baseball side, and that gives us another opportunity to go play someone very talented. And so we're gonna play Florida Southern deeper into the schedule. That's gonna be a great opportunity for us during our bye week in conference. So excited about that. Newberry, they're off to a good start. They're 3-0 already. They're playing in good weather in South Carolina, and so we're gonna have our hands full and a good test when we go on the road to start off things for our season. Obviously, in-region games are important as well, so we'll get a handful of those here at home and in the Midwest, and also when we go down to Florida for our spring trip, and obviously our conference schedule. There's a lot of things that are all pieced together when you put together a baseball schedule: travel, weather, facilities, in-region, out-of-region, competition, all those things. We got to always remember to take one pitch at a time, one game at a time. We've been battling the elements of January now into February compared to last year, which we had really good opportunity to practice outside. So we're kind of itching to get outside and get south a little bit and start playing baseball this year.
Coach, thank you for the time as always, and good luck this season.
All right, thanks, Coop.